10-second logos is like a breath of fresh air these days, and that deserves some credit. Unfortunately, right after those 10 seconds are almost 3 minutes of sporadic intro credits and the most boring title card of all time. Also, shout out to the persistent comments pleading us to send the Sandlot. We didn't want to ruin the childhood of an entire generation, but we had a few spare hours, and the internet is a Herculean beast that must be satiated. The Sandlot opened with a thrilling walk down a corridor, and then we've forever wondered why Jurassic Park kicked its ass at the box office.
There is one all-time greatest moment in the history of sports.
Narration.
There is one all-time greatest moment in the history of sports.
Unless we're talking about Jose Canseco's head-assisted home run, I'm going to need a citation needed sin pronto.
And it happened in the 1932 World Series.
While you can count all sporting events up to 1932, there's no way of knowing if it will be the greatest moment across every sport for all time, including the future. Who knows what kind of dope space baseball records are going to be set in the 2400s?
The story goes that in the bottom of the ninth inning, with 2 outs, a full count, and the tying run on base.
Baseball math.
No one believed it, because nobody had ever done it before. But the Babe was calling his shot.
Maybe they didn't believe it because there's some debate around whether or not he was actually calling his shot or just pointing to the opposing team's dugout. Listen, it was a great hit and the man was a legend, but there's a very good chance that baseball might not matter as much as we think it does.
On the next pitch, the great Bambino hit a towering 400-foot home run.
He actually hit it 490 feet. Look, just be thankful I'm sending the baseball of it all. There's a chance I'll get all my sending out early and be kind to the swimming pool scene of it all. Nah.
30 years later, a kid named Benjamin Franklin Rodriguez became a neighborhood legend.
Comparing the nationally known legend of Babe Ruth to the known by maybe 26 people legend of some kid is actually a pretty good way to temper the audience's expectations for this movie.
It was in the greatest summer of my life when he taught me how to play baseball.
Peaking at 12. Movie set in 1962 currently has a song playing from the 1950s, and I don't like it. Also, a movie from the 1990s is nostalgic for the 1960s, just as many movies from the 1980s were nostalgic for the 1950s cliché. And if you don't believe me, Forrest Gump, Apollo 13, That Thing You Do, JFK, The Doors, Girl Interrupted, This Boy's Life, and this movie would like to tell you to all the way off. Throwing meatballs like this to the other team's best hitter. What are we, pitching for the Cubs? Benny doesn't get called out here due to interference, even though all these assholes are causing all kinds of interference. On closer inspection, Benny seems to be sticking to the baseline rule, meaning he understands it better than my grown adult ass.
I moved to the neighborhood about 2 weeks before school let out. It was the same summer that Dodger Maury Wills would break the stolen bases record.
It was the same year that both the National and American Leagues played 162-game seasons. Bill Fisher set a record for pitching consecutive scoreless innings with the Kansas City Athletics. Willie Mays hit a league-leading 49 home runs, and Mickey Mantle won MVP, despite missing a month due to injury. And what do all these things have in common? They have all to do with goddamn Smalls moving to the suburbs.
So with something that incredible going on, it should have started off with loads of great things happening for me.
Assuming that baseball correlation equals summer happiness causation. Expecting a kid who has never even seen you before to energetically run up to you, greet you, and give you a tour of the neighborhood or some. Maybe Scotty doesn't have friends because he's never met another child his age.
And that's about where it all started.
Starting your story after 3 minutes of narration, mostly covering baseball trivia.
Be sure to drink your Ovaltine. Ovaltine?
My real dad died when I was just a little kid.
Skip.
My mom had married Bill about a year before we moved to the valley.
Sudden not smoking street man Dennis Leary. They named their new house after the year in which the deadliest earthquake ever recorded killed 830,000 people in the Shanxi province, China. That's super f***ed up.
That day, for no particular reason, I decided to go for a little run.
I'd followed them to the Sandlot once after school.
Roll Sandlot.
I'd never seen any place like it.
Based on the field of dreams we're about to see, this is a very sad admission for a 12-year-old, even for the 60s.
I found out that they never kept score. They never chose sides. They never even really stopped playing the game. It just went on forever.
So, just like a regular game of baseball, then?
There was only 8 of them, so they didn't have a whole team.
I get being a man down, but why would the pitcher be the position you sacrifice? There's not much to baseball, but throw ball is at least 50% of it.
I figured I could be the 9th man and maybe just stand in the outfield somewhere and take up space.
I had this exact dream once, except it was an orgy with my college girlfriend, and I do not care to elaborate further.
If I'd have known what was going to happen when I got there, I probably never would have gone.
And then we probably never would have had to listen to all this narration about the thing you probably wish you probably wouldn't have probably done, most likely. Caps with bills long enough to shade your kneecaps, toes, and a small colony of rabbits seeking shelter from the Utah sun. The beast decides to pick a fight with this innocent fence at the perfect moment to distract and humiliate Scotty.
Don't be a goofus. Don't be a goofus.
Well, a good start to that would be not to call yourself a goofus, whatever the that is.
Benny and me were connected. Connected for the one moment later that summer when I'd get us all into the biggest pickle any of us had ever seen.
38% of this movie is characters saying the word pickle.
Oh! Oh, I'm sorry, Mom.
Just a reminder that Karen Allen was in Animal House, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Starman, and by 1993 was reduced to playing the main character's mom in smaller studio films. Her credited character name in this movie is literally Mom. Hollywood.
Scotty, have you made any friends yet?
Mother in a coming-of-age tale is concerned her child hasn't made any friends yet, cliché.
I don't want you sitting around in here all summer fiddling with this stuff like you did last summer and the one before.
Don't feel bad, Scott. Every young man gets to stop locking yourself in your room and fiddling with your erector all-day lecture at some point.
Run around, scrape your knees, get dirty, climb trees, hop fences, get into trouble, for crying out loud.
Steal things, Scotty. Do kill, kill, kill. Wasting approximately 90% of your cereal.
The key to this game is keeping your eye on the ball.
Yeah, who cares about getting your timing down and pitch recognition? As long as you can see the ball, you'll be just fine. This Scotty sucks at baseball, and Bill is an impatient scene walks on for all the extra innings. Don't be surprised when the cops show up tomorrow asking why your son is telling people his stepdad gave him a black eye and stuck his meat in his face. Also, between consistently being fed soap for swearing and having raw meat pressed into their eye sockets, is anyone really surprised boomers are the way they are?
But my glove, it's busted. So you know I can't go. Thanks, though.
It's okay. I got an extra one.
For no particular reason, except to initiate important moments of bonding between characters.
I'm the Great Bambino!
What?
I get that Ham's Babe Ruth impression is terrible, but what other word in the English language sounds remotely like Bambino? Those kids know exactly who he's impersonating, and they're just a bunch of assholes.
I'm the Great Bambino. Who's that?
Smalls survives this.
I thought you said the Great Bambi. That wimpy deer?
Unless we find out that baby Ham witnessed his mom being shot in the woods by a hunter, I'm gonna need him to put some respect on Bambi's good name.
That's Timmy and Tommy Timmons.
Parents who would not only give siblings two names that start with the same letter, but also give one of them the same 3 letters as the start of their last name.
And Hamilton Porter. We call him Ham.
Because the mock the fat kid truffle shuffle precedent was set by the Goonies in 1985, and we thought no one would notice if we passively osmosis some audience nostalgia.
The kid is a L7 weenie.
Dismath.
Now how come he don't get to be?
Because he's a geek, man.
Says the kid wearing glasses playing baseball in a button-up shirt.
Smalls, you take left center, okay?
Giving the kid who can't even catch a simple baseball toss the position where the majority of hits will go.
Here?
That's left. I said left center.
Okay, right.
Scotty f***s this up, despite telling your left from right being a skill that is, I hear, not exclusive to baseball.
I don't believe this.
I mean, the kid's hustling. I hear that's at least 3% of the game. As I see Smalls run the ball back to hand it to Kenny in real time, the one question I have is, if there are only 9 of them, and Benny is just hitting the ball around, giving them all practice, then why is anyone standing on the pitcher's mound? There's 0 need for a pitcher, and with only 9 players total, including Benny, who's hitting, that leaves an entire fielding position open.
Man, this is baseball. You gotta stop thinking. You just have fun. I mean, if you were having fun, you would have caught that ball.
Thinking your levels of fun having are directly correlational to your ability of being a non-catching L7 loser.
About time, Benny. My clothes are going out of style.
Too late, but to be fair, that was too late even before they arrived at the Sandlot. Also, the idea that boys this young give 2 shits about their clothes going out of style.
Please catch it.
This works.
Yeah! All right!
He's all right.
I told you so, man.
You see, kids, if you're ever being mercilessly bullied for sucking at baseball, just stand there with your eyes closed and your hand in the air until the ball that is friendship floats perfectly into your glove. It's easy. After some motivational words from Benny, Scotty can now throw the ball as well as anyone else. Suddenly, this movie's alternate title, I Talked to God in the Form of a 12-year-old Boy and He Taught Me Baseball, makes a lot more sense.
Bring a t-shirt and jeans tomorrow, okay? You got a fireplace?
Yeah, why?
Throw that head in there, man.
Benny trying to help Scotty fit in better is nice in theory, but in execution, he basically just said, dress how we want you to, or we won't be your friends. Also giving Smalls about not wearing a t-shirt when we've already addressed 4 Eyes with the button-up shirt from earlier. Also, who the f*** is playing baseball in jeans during the summer in San Fernando Valley?
Where's my old hat?
Thinking that offering up a sweaty old hat you keep in your back pocket all day is a kind gesture. Also, Benny seemingly keeps an extra glove and an extra hat in his pants at all times. This kid's a serial killer in the making.
8 o'clock tomorrow morning.
I love baseball, but anyone who wants you to get up at 8 on your summer vacation to play a little catch. Writing this down instead of asking your very knowledgeable stepfather about who Babe Ruth is.
Ham, idiot. Now he can't play no more.
Great, you
Getting mad at your teammate for hitting a home run, when the real issue is that between 8 baseball-obsessed kids, there's somehow a combined total of 1 baseball.
Low and outside, just like I like it.
Not pictured in this scene, a low and outside pitch.
No!
No! Considering how bat scared Smalls has been the 2 times he's heard the beast behind the fence, I'm calling all the bullshit that he would even think to climb over the fence to retrieve the ball.
But you guys were all leaving, so I just thought I'd
You
have
were
to
thinking you wouldn't have thought that.
Man, this has to be one of the most effortlessly quotable movies ever made. These kids deliver their lines like the best of them. You can call me a goofus, but I'm taking a sin off.
Game's over, man. Just get another ball tomorrow.
If they can have another ball for tomorrow, then once again, why the don't they have another ball for today?
Just go over there and peek through that hole.
But I saw something. What's
okay.
back there?
Scotty is too scared by what he saw earlier to peek through the hole in the fence, but apparently the idea of climbing over it wasn't frightening at all.
What was that thing?
Needing to have a camp out several hours later instead of just saying it's a doll.
Hey, you want some more? Some more what?
Okay, at this point, I've just decided Karen Allen is a terrible mother. Her kid knows nothing about anything. What American kid doesn't know what a s'more is? I mean, British s'mores might exist, but I've tasted what they call dessert and off.
You're killing me, Smalls.
An undoubtedly iconic line that I have 0 notes for, but if I did have a note, it would be that Smalls doesn't reply with, "You're killing me s'mores," after Ham ruins his camping treat by burning the out of this marshmallow.
First, you take the gram.
Movie has time for this. Also, is he roasting that marshmallow over a candle? It's no shocker no one is having any of Ham's s'mores, since they would taste like chemicals and wax.
The legend of the beast goes back a long time.
Hey, remember that great scene in Stand By Me where Gordy wows everyone with the story he's been working on called The Revenge of Lard-Ass Hogan? Yeah, not only did you remember it, but every goddamn coming-of-age story that happened after it remembered it as well, and copied it to the point of exhaustion.
And the pup was grateful.
Dogs who refuse to eat the bones do not strike me as grateful.
They never found a single body. Not one. Some people say they all got away. But we all know what really happened.
Okay, but what does the bathtub have to do with anything?
He ate them bone and all.
Previous scene that I just sinned would seem to contradict the statement that he also ate the bones. Squints is a liar, s'mores on fire.
Forever. Forever. Forever.
Spook-citement?
Because when they went over, they vanished. I knew it was true. Because when I looked down in there, I didn't see a single, solitary one.
Plato's allegory of the Sandlot.
Whatever goes over that fence stays there.
Movie has this information and chooses not to send Ham over that fence, or at least the rest of his candle wax s'mores.
Come on! I paid for it. I want to carry it.
Kids, discount Marley Shelton. Holy ma'am, these kids are in the 5th grade. Also, Marley Shelton was at least 18 when this movie was filmed, but having that close up and long of an ass shot of a barely adult and kids movie is weird and uncomfortable no matter how you shake it. And this movie really chose to shake it.
So what are we gonna do?
Boys will be boys and all, but I'm now more curious about exactly how they will be scamming the pool honeys. Is it 3-card Monty, pyramid schemes, or introducing them to the future of crypto? Who knows? Not this movie.
I remember you. Oh, sexy.
Ham survives this.
It wasn't really the pool honeys like we said. Because if any one of them had come up to any one of us, we'd have just peed our pants.
And yet this entire scene will be about stealing a smoot from Wendy Peppercorn, and not a single set of pants shall be peed.
3 summers of this, I think he finally snapped.
Casually theorizing that your buddy might be looking to remove himself from this mortal coil.
But that's the deep end and Squids can't swim.
Then why the f is he at the pool at all? We will find out that Squints is, of course, faking it so he can kiss Wendy. But how is he faking not having a heartbeat? Non-consensual Nookie turns into treating Squint like he's a legend and not a male sexual assaultist in training. The 90s was not nearly 80s enough to pull this off in a film about the 60s.
Michael Squints Polydorus walked a little taller that day, and we had to tip our hats to him.
You did not.
We got banned from the pool forever that day.
But outside of Squint, why did the rest of the gang get a lifetime ban from the pool? And if they did, it makes even less sense why they're celebrating Squint. That motherfucker got them banned from the pool, and they didn't get a single non-consensual smooch out of the deal.
There was only one night game a year. On the 4th of July, the whole sky would brighten up with fireworks, giving us just enough light for a game.
You'd need an America 250 amount of fireworks for that to be even remotely possible. And I don't think causing your city to have the worst air quality in the entire world is worth it.
We all knew he was going to go on to bigger and better games.
But how did they know that? Benny's not even playing organized baseball of any kind, which is a pretty important step to future success in the game. Movie is acting like Benny's ability to outrun a game of pickle is so exciting that they've now shown it twice, and the movie is incorrect.
Yeah, it's easy when you play with a bunch of rejects and fat kids, Rodriguez.
First off, this movie makes it seem like Ham is fat, and as we saw at the pool, he most certainly is not. And second, Cece, Sabathia, Cecil Fielder, and Prince Fielder have all entered the chat about how larger individuals can't be good baseball players and told this kid to all the way off.
Moron! Scab eater! Butt sniffer! Pus licker! Fart smeller!
Nothing gives away this movie's rating more than this unbelievably PG exchange of insults from this no doubt profanity-versed group of teenagers.
You mixed your Wheaties with your mama's toe jam! Yeah!
To be fair, Toe Jam would actually give Wheaties some sort of flavor.
By the way, I saw your wife at the Capri Lounge last night. Hell of a dancer. You must be very, very proud. That guy she was with, I mean, I'm sure he's a close personal friend and all, but tell me, what was he doing wearing her panties on his head?
At least they were wearing helmets of some sort, but it's still weird how little anyone was concerned about the top of the head when hitting a baseball. The movie has shown us zero evidence that Smalls has improved at all as a player, but it expects us to buy that he's hitting opposite field line drives off more experienced pitching, and I did not buy this movie. These boys all surviving a baseball game without the supervision of a single adult is all of the bullpen. They'd be gouging each other's eyes out by the bottom of the third.
And we did the stupidest thing any of us had ever done.
Even stupider than actually assaulting Wendy Peppercorn? Because I doubt it. This scene spins, burps, and pukes on for all the goddamn disgusting some time, and no, it doesn't make me feel better that none of them actually had to act.
While I'm gone, you're the man of the house. Understand?
The idea that there has to be a man of the house, even in the 60s, this staple should have been superseded by the fact that Small's mother is Marion Ravenwood.
Take another stab at catch when I get back, all right?
As we saw in the earlier scene, Smalls is now hitting opposite field line drives. I'm pretty sure he doesn't need to take another stab at catch. The way this movie makes it seem like Smalls has evolved, he might be able to teach Bill a few tricks.
The day we all got back together for some baseball was the day I got us into the biggest pickle of all time.
Oh yeah, the pickle. The one mentioned to us more than 50 minutes ago. I'd forgotten this movie was supposed to have a plot. Advertisements that give kids and stupid adults the idea that you should feed your dog the entire can intact. Smalls will now do the stupidest thing ever and take Bill's baseball with the Babe Ruth autograph instead of the group of them going back to the store to get this clearly defective baseball replaced.
I mean, it's only 12 o'clock. And I just ruined the whole day for us.
Acting like not having to play baseball in the hot summer sun is a day ruined.
What? You got 98 extra cents lying around at home, Smalls?
Maybe not, but how have none of these kids ever been able to score more than one baseball at a time? This might be the most unbelievable part of the movie. A movie that expects me to believe Karen Allen would marry Dennis Leary.
Yeah, she even signed her name on it. Some lady named Ruth. Baby Ruth. Babe Ruth!
Am I supposed to think Scotty is a smart, straight-A student who overthinks everything? Or am I supposed to think he's so mindless that he's never considered the person everybody he knows, idolizes, and constantly talks about might be named Babe Ruth?
You mean to tell me that you went home and swiped a ball that was signed by Babe Ruth?
Yes, he did, and it feels like in the last 2 minutes that fact has been mentioned and covered 47 times.
Smalls, Babe Ruth is the greatest baseball player that ever lived.
Even in 1962, that's going to need a serious citation needed, Sin.
Has he ever told you about that ball?
No. Not really. I don't think so. No, he hasn't at all. I don't know anything about it.
The fact that Small's mom doesn't for 1 second pick up on the I definitely up tone and body language that is exploding out of Smalls right now.
Babe Ruth signed that ball. He was the greatest baseball player who ever lived.
Was this movie paid for by the Babe Ruth PAC or what? Because this is getting excessive.
Let's just look out the window. Good idea.
It is not. All the arrows stuck in things and strewn about the yard telling me these kids have probably tried to murder an innocent dog on multiple occasions. Suddenly, I don't care so much about getting them their baseballs back. Also, discount Darth Maul.
He's daring us.
We're on his territory now.
No, you're still in the treehouse on the other side of the fence. Someone get this kid a drink. I think he's experiencing heat stroke.
Anybody got any bright ideas?
Benny asks this question to this group of kids as if he's expecting a quality answer. And now I'm wondering if Benny is in fact the stupidest person in this party.
I think we've seriously underestimated the beast.
Me too. I thought the whole idea here was that the beast is a normal misunderstood dog. I guess he's actually crypto with a super dog.
What's going on, Squints?
The pipe. It's pinched shut.
Whispering in response to a question asked by someone standing a few feet away from 3 running vacuum cleaners.
Turn it off, man!
I can't, they're shorting out! They're shorting out!
If they were shorting out, they'd turn off on their own. I wonder how many people were scared to use their vacuums after this scene. And I wonder how much the dust lobby paid for it. Bertram and Benny survived this. Jesus Christ, if baseball doesn't work out, these kids have high potential futures in some form of engineering and or architecture. At least we now know what Kevin McAllister's favorite movie is. Considering the boys just saw what the beast can do to a metal pole, they know what it could do to Yeah-Yeah. Meaning, this is attempted murder. Next time, send someone whose fear response isn't to drop whatever they're holding. Or maybe just send someone smart enough to throw the ball over the fence after they grab it.
And it finally became science against nature.
Then what the have the last several minutes been about if not science versus nature? Movie doesn't even know when it's doing what it says it's doing. Smalls and his friends have constructed something out of an erector set in a couple of hours that would take grown men with insane knowledge of construction days, if not weeks, to construct. These kids won't even wear helmets when trying to hit a baseball, but will, however, don them when they don't even need them. The beast is an English Mastiff, and the highest it can jump is around 6 inches, assuming that they, as a species, were ever inclined to do anything other than sleep.
Just as Bill had finally warmed up to me and asked me to be the man of the house, I had to knock a priceless chunk of history into the clutches of a monster.
First, if we've seen Bill warmed up to Scotty at any point in this movie, I'd hate to see him cold. Second, it's estimated that Babe Ruth signed somewhere around 8,000 baseballs, so I think Bill in the world of historical baseball memorabilia will be just fine.
Now don't go pee in your pants, kid.
Babe Ruth assuming that his fans' immediate reaction is to pee themselves.
A baseball with my John Hancock on it went over a fence and you can't get it back, right?
Yeah, right.
Then just hop over there and get it.
If my childhood hero appeared in my room and said something that impressively unhelpful in such a condescending, douchebaggy way, they wouldn't be my childhood hero anymore.
Henry Aaron. I don't know why, but can I have this kid?
Imaginary friends who take your
You're saying I should hop over that fence and pickle the beast?
This movie has the word pickle in it more than 1993's The Pickle and 2020's An American Pickle combined.
Heroes get remembered, but legends never die.
But if heroes are remembered, then theoretically they never die either. Wise expression.
So we were worried. Real worried. Even when Benny brought out the secret weapon. Shoes guaranteed to make a kid run faster and jump higher. PF Flyers.
The way Benny took off his PF Flyers to put on PF Flyers was worrying. Real worrying. We think he must have hit his head at some point last night. What a beautiful dog, and James Earl Jones or not, people who leave giant breeds such as English Mastiffs outside all day during the summer are assholes. The beast would be much less of a beast if he were properly neutered. Yes, I noticed his dog balls, okay? I'm not proud, but someone has to frame by frame our childhood classics, and the occasional dog's croat is my penance.
A werewolf can be killed only with a silver bullet.
Showing me a better movie, in this case 1941's The Wolfman, than the one I'm watching, and making me wish I was watching that movie instead, also known as the Shining and Twister method. The iconic surfing song Wipeout plays over a chase scene that couldn't be much further from surfing. Benny thinks that running on top of a table would be quicker than running on the ground beside said table. I know Benny's just trying to get away from the beast, but he could have so easily avoided running through populated areas and yet chose not to, even though he truly believes the beast likes to eat people. Benny's back survives this.
Come on, I can't lift it.
There is zero chance a movie like The Sandlot is killing off a dog, although I'm sure Fox campaigned for it. Benny and the boys are bewildered by the beast's bountiful booty of baseballs, 90% of which I'm sure they put there.
Now we can play forever.
You always could have. Baseballs are 98 goddamn cents. But also, if they think that this number of balls would equal out to a lifetime of baseball, then all the math teachers in this county need to be fired. If you build it in the 1990s, James Earl Jones will come.
We hit a baseball into your yard. We tried to get it back.
So you're the ones that making all that racket.
A days-long racket that he has apparently decided to ignore instead of investigating or calling the cops. I guess he knew how much this movie needed a last-minute James Earl Jones reveal.
But that ball really is signed by Babe Ruth.
So is this one. With the rest of the 1927 Yankees.
I would have removed at least 25 sins if the next scene was Smalls trying to scrub out every name other than Babe Ruth so he'd never have to admit the ball had been lost in the first place.
You guys come by here once a week and talk baseball with me. We'll call it an even trade.
God damn it, this movie is so wholesome. What a beautiful way to... Holy that fly is distracting as hell. Look at it go! Just crawling around that mug, sipping up the mouth juices of James Earl Jones like he's soaking up the sweet nectar of the dark side of the Force. What was I saying?
It was weird that Benny had said Babe Ruth was like the Hercules of baseball, and the beast's name ended up being Hercules.
Pretty sure it was weirder that the guy who owned Hercules used to play baseball with Babe Ruth and was able to immediately get Smalls out of trouble with that 1927 Yankees autograph ball. But you do you, Smalls, putting a long-sleeve shirt on a 200-pound dog in the middle of San Fernando Valley summer.
I kept in touch with those guys over the years, and I found out that Yaya's parents shipped him off to military school.
Ending your movie with a Where Are They Now style montage, as we'd all have left the theater deeply unsatisfied that we didn't know where these fictional people fictionally ended up.
Bertram got really into the 60s, and no one ever saw him again.
Holy why did Bertram get such a dark Where Are They Now moment? What did Bertram ever do to you, movie? Movie never answers the question of who the took that picture.
Yeah!